I just had something really, really sweet and unexpected happen. We lost our cat, Leo, this past year unexpectedly. He had such a presence in our neighborhood. All of the neighbors knew him. He would like go into our next door neighbor's house frequently and they like spent time with him. He had his own little dish in their house. Somebody that was in the house had been away while he was, or when he passed, and she came back just now, and it's been like months. So she had been away when it happened, and she just knocked on our door. So this is like months later, and she just said that she's been really thinking about Leo and how amazing a cat he was. It was just really sweet because he really was. And if you've ever had a pet and God forbid you've lost a pet, you know that it's the worst. I shouldn't say worst, like I won't compare it to other types of loss, but it was such a hard loss. You spend like every single day with your pets and you just are so used to having them around and you're so used to their presence, and there's a quality of their presence that not only you but anyone that comes into your space can feel. Leo just had such a strong, prominent presence. It was a really nice interaction. I, as you guys know, have been avoiding using social media until around 10, and I successfully did that today. I decided that I wanted to like have kind of a creative morning. So what I usually do when it comes to podcasting and creating ideas for podcast episodes, I just kind of do a stream of consciousness, reflect on any themes, and just start to like write down whatever ideas come to mind. Today, something that was coming up was this idea of fun. We're kind of taught as we grow older to compartmentalize fun, and I kind of think that I have this association of fun with like immaturity and childishness, and I'm starting to realize that I don't think fun and playfulness and imagination and wonder and creativity are necessarily childlike qualities. I think they're most active in childhood before we're told that they're no longer useful. I think the reason that I feel like fun and pleasure and joy in my life are more of an exception rather than something that I can have consistently in my life is because my experience within the systems, educational and, work-wise, my experience in those systems has been largely boring, unenjoyable, frustrating, in a lot of cases anxiety-provoking. Fun in those systems that I've spent most of my life in has been an exception and not the rule. What am I doing with my life if I'm not having fun? My whole ethos is about reconnecting with play, fun, creativity, joy, and seeing ourselves as worthy of that. Because seemingly we've got to this point where the prospect of pleasure and fun and joy seems self-indulgent and shameful, and we feel that we're doing something wrong if we're having a good time. When we have such density and heaviness and struggle and challenge, actually pleasure and joy is so necessary. If you think about ever having been at like a funeral or when someone's passed away or something really heavy has happened, just how nice it is to have a little bit of laughter in there and to have a little bit of joy. It just kind of breaks up that density and that heaviness. So yeah, if you listen to the podcast, then that will be coming out probably next week. I release everything on a week ahead basis because it comes out on my Patreon first. So if you're a patron, if you're part of the Reality Creation Club, then you'll see that this week, hopefully. If you're ever curious to hear more about my creative process with the podcast, then I would love to share. I just don't know if that's of interest, so you can let me know. Today was coffee instead of tea. Once again, thank you to Jamie for making this for me. I actually went like 4 years without coffee, and it was really funny because my family and I had this running joke that it became like my only personality trait. Sorry, I don't drink coffee. Yeah, I started drinking coffee again. The reason I avoided it for so long was because I felt like it agitated my anxiety. I also caught up on some knitting this morning. When it comes to avoiding social media, I think that it's really important to distract yourself. I think you need to have something equally as enticing and immersive to kind of offset that temptation. If I ever feel like I'm spending too much time in kind of a defeated, frustrated, resentful headspace, or not thinking things are working out for me or whatever that may be, I recognize that it's just kind of like a mental experience and that I need to get out of that habit. and just come back to a place of neutrality, not necessarily trying to like replace that with a positive affirmation or anything, just trying to like get some space from those thoughts. And so activities like this, interestingly enough, if I combine it with like listening to something as well, I find that I could just pass hours. And I found the same with sewing. So I think finding those activities for yourself is really, really valuable and really important. I just got approval from the video I did yesterday in yesterday's vlog, so now I'm just going to post it. I told you about my Notion board yesterday where I have all of my phases. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that and it's gonna go from awaiting approval to done. So then it's off my board. All right, so it's time to go walk Georgie. I'm gonna show you what I'm wearing. These pants that I thrifted for like $5. I'm gonna just wear this really basic navy crew neck. This is the hat. This is by Westwind Knits, which is my mom. My on shell, just because it's not that cold out, so I don't want to overheat. This one again. I'm also going to bring mitts today because my hands were freezing yesterday, and on the off chance that I get an iced coffee. I am telling you that when I come up to a crosswalk, that is my time to shine. That is the ultimate main character moment. I decided to take a little bit more of a scenic route home. A little bit longer, but you know what? I'm not in a rush to get home, and I have no urgency. I don't have any urgent tasks, so I may as well enjoy this gorgeous, beautiful weather. Fun fact, I actually almost lived in a floating home when we moved to Vancouver. There was one available for rent. It was actually so cool, but it had so many random costs associated with it. Like you had to pay for propane and Wi-Fi and parking and mail, and it just didn't work out. I just was taking a few shots of myself, like setting up my camera. This is something I do frequently in public, but usually no one sees me do it or is like actively watching me that I know. And I shot all of these clips, like I got all these clips, set my camera up, and then like went and sat and did my own little thing. And I turn around and there's literally someone watching me the entire time. Then again, to be fair, I don't know why it's like awkward or cringy to be filming yourself in public, especially when it's your job, but even if it's not, like, I swear Vietnamese iced coffee is on another level. See, I knew the mitts would come in handy. I think I'm gonna give the rest of my sandwich and maybe some of this to Jamie. He's on, I believe he's on his Twitch stream right now.
To this one. Stunning.
Okay, so now I'm going to edit the video that I made this morning of myself doing all the cleaning and stuff like that for a Mundane Diaries video. The app I use to edit is called InShot, and basically I just upload everything there, I cut everything down, and then I add text and music in TikTok. I think I am going to start editing this vlog.
I do need to take some layers off because I am hot.